Today we're going to fix one of the biggest issues on the internet right now, and that is the absolute abundance of horrible landing pages. And the twist is we're going to use AI to make this better, which sounds counterintuitive because the whole reason we have so many polished looking but horribly confusing landing pages is AI to begin with. I'm going to do this all in Codex, but I'm going to share the skills as well as the prompts, and you can use this with any AI tool, coding assistant that you might like. And I promise you it'll make your landing page better. We'll roast some Y Combinator funded startups today, as well as my own landing page. And let me just show you the end result before we get into the how-to. So I ran this analyzer, which will be publicly shared and in the description or in the comments on our own landing page, productanalyst.ai, and this is kind of what we've gotten. So we got a score from 7 out of 10, whatever the hell that means. It's just an indication. It adds screenshots here as well as some visuals on like where strengths and weaknesses are. I can immediately spot that who is this for and when to use it. I guess two of the weaker spots. But I think the more important one here is the actual details. So kind of where we work lands fast, an AI analyst that monitors business and product data. And maybe you should just show you as well the landing page. But I think just pointing that out, above the fold, so where on the landing page do we get clear what we do? And then the issue for us that I read through this before, right? Like the issue for us, and I feel that is very clear, is that we have separate CTAs, call to actions, kind of for different areas. And then also that we have a service component as well as a self-service angle where it's like, you can use this yourself, but also if you need help, a 30-day pilot with us is a great option, which is confusing and misaligned. There's more roasting happening down here, and that is vagueness. And that is something that the prompt has explicitly in there to check for whether or not you're vague, because that is one of the traps that LLM-based landing pages often fall into, where it's like, what are you doing? You're just saying words, right? Focused on the right things. There was also a mention of that we say that understands your business, and fairly so, what the hell does that mean, right? So just to show you, that is the product analyst.ai landing page, an AI analyst that watches your business. That was criticized as this being good, this being unclear. What does watch your business mean? And we try to clarify this in the subheader, but again, vagueness here, just make sure you're focused on the right things, right? So honest criticism here taken, and I will look into this. Now, enough of roasting my own landing page. Let's roast one of people who got money from Y Combinator and just see what we get there. So let's look at some of the companies that recently got funded by Y Combinator, one of the most, if not the most prestigious venture capital firm. And my point here about roasting other landing pages is not to hate on anyone, but rather to make the point that AI can help us fight AI. What I'm trying to say is that I might not be the best designer and AI might not make the best designs, but AI can help me become a better designer. The same is true for landing page copy. Obviously, hiring Fletch PMM for 10,000 euros plus or dollars is a great idea, and they bring the expertise with them. There is a way where I can get better at the low-hanging fruit, at the kind of the obvious things in landing page design and copy, using AI as a guide, not as the thing that just does it for me. So just with this prompt and this teardown, we will just give this Degla AI landing page and just run it. And in the meantime, I can look through this and kind of see what my own biases and intuitions would be, and then cross-reference it with what the agent with the red prompt and framework got for me. So Degla is a natural language. This is the first time I'm seeing this landing page, promise. Natural language, autonomous SAR fleet execution, fleet operational awaiting mission brief. Okay, drones? Are we talking drones? I have no idea what SAR means. So just as a pointer, no matter how specialized your tech is, there's no reason why a landing page should not be understandable for a random visitor. They might just understand that this is not for me, but there's no need to use like lingo to make it even more unclear who this is for. So who is this for, and what is it solving for me? And that would be the question that I have now. Begin mission. Okay, this is like a story-driven one or what? This is like a computer game. The call, oh, there's even time, magnitude earthquake. Oh, we chose a creative one here. Delga takes 90 seconds. Again, also people parse landing pages, right? So they don't read prose. You have to be quite quick. Like it needs to be understandable what they do. Okay, this flickering, I can't deal. I think this is Codex. Let me pause this while it's working. So the more you scroll on, the more creative it actually gets. The copy though, I can already see one sentence that is a horrible headline. What are you trying to tell me? The operator doesn't write code. They don't configure waypoints on drones manually. So that would be actual information. Okay, again, skipping around here. Let us have this finish. Maybe while it's doing so, I can quickly point out which services we're using to make this experience seamless. So this seems to be just one prompt, right? Which is the core functionality, but it uses Playwright as well as Firecrawl MCP. So Firecrawl is a scraper. It's just a lot easier to get the actual contents of any website using that rather than the default search tool that many of these code editors come with, or AI harnesses, however we call this thing these days. The second part is Playwright, which is a very common library to basically allow the browser or allow the AI agent to create screenshots of websites. This way it can see. So it creates a screenshot of the website and is able to then analyze the image. It can't look at the web browser directly, at least not yet in all implementations. So those are two tools that really help to make this prompt powerful, is that it includes instructions to use these tools in order to look at the actual websites, make screenshots, and analyze that visually, as well as get the text using a scraper. All right, with that, we are done. We get a score of 6, which I personally find very high. I liked this landing page. It's creative as hell. It focuses on a strong narrative hook here, while buyer clarity, proof of density, okay, CTA strength, and operational trust are low. Okay, so I guess we summarize this to being quite good. The page has a pulse, good animations, the product idea is easy to natural language command in. Okay, right. They highlight the YC badge that is right on the top of the page, high trust. And there's a mission simulation. So I guess it focuses all around the story as well as the YC badge, which I would say is fun, but not what you want from a landing page. I scrolled a little bit here down. Stronger buy-in facing frame. Delga turns a natural language emergency brief into a coordinated multi-drone search mission, routing autonomous aerial units across block dangerous or time-critical areas while operators stay focused on command decisions. So again, don't let AI do your copy. Read this sentence, I can barely comprehend. But actually, there are grains of truth here, because this actually describes what the product does, and for the first time I understand. It also says something about the call to action, which, to be honest, at this stage of the company maybe is not as relevant, but there's helpful stuff in here. And I think that's what I would like to conclude with. There's helpful stuff in here. This criticism, as well as the praise, helps me to reframe and get an outside perspective on what I might be blind to see. Because if I work on my own landing page, I'm completely blind to it. I've seen it so many times, it makes so much sense to me, because I am a very competent at my own thing. So I am not the naive visitor who visits the page for the first time. So that's it. I'm going to share the skills, the tools used, etc. in the description and comments below. This is just a very, very simple workflow, but I wanted to share it because it is so accessible. And no, it is not the same as just telling ChatGPT to quickly analyze your website. The difference is in the intentionality of the tools used and the prompts used, as well as how you use it. So don't let AI just redo your landing page based on a little prompt, but rather critique it. And this is in the prompt itself, to critique it constructively in order that for you to improve your understanding of what your copy and landing page should look like and how it's easy to understand and easy to understand what you're selling in the end. All right, until the next one. Peace.